have the pleasure of talking to you about our new service, which we launched a year ago on the Polish market, and the ways in which we integrate with Magento. And really, chapeau bas for the previous speakers. They have a very thorough knowledge. Fortunately, I don't have to speak about that because I don't know much about it, but I know something about payments. Guys from PayU, raise your hands. Mila, Łukasz, we are before the coffee break, so I'm not asking you to stand up, everyone, so I think you will manage another 30 minutes. Well, people are falling asleep, and Kuba said that you will fall asleep. Well, we'll see. Kuba, help me. I should have content in the slide. I think your computer is broken down.
Okej. Tu jest spis treści. Słuchajcie. Ja wiedziałem, że was jakoś rozbudzę.
Contents. That's the contents list. So first I'll be talking about PayU, who we are, what we do,
Następnie o samej usłudze konto PayU.
and the PayU account service, what this is about. And the next stage will be integration with Magento. We are at a Magento conference. Magento is one of the main platforms for us we'd like to work with. And finally, the knowledge database, contacts, and questions during the coffee break.
PayU jest członkiem grupy, znaczy członkiem, właścicielem PayU.
PayU is owned by Naspers. Naspers is a large company,
Zajmuje się praktycznie
and Naspers supports new technologies. That's the main area of interest.
dywersyfikacja rynku cały świat, tak?
Market diversification, global outreach. And Naspers has become interested in payments, and PayU Group is responsible for payments, 13 markets all over the world, 4 continents, and huge potential. Each of those markets is unique and special. Payments are made in each and every of those markets in a different way. And we're working with friends, colleagues from those companies within the group, which helps us process payments ever better. We have knowledge from other locations, which helps us to become better for our clients, merchants and customers who want to pay quickly, in a secure way on the internet. More than 4 million paying users, huge potential, and we are the best in Poland. You know, people, well, we are the best. We know it, we believe in that, we are the leader, and every 1 in 3 internet users who pay online uses PayU. We've been for 7 years on the market, and we have 25 banks who work with us, 28 types of payment. Innovative products. And, well, today the one to announce its success dies in a moment, because we'll have another one springing up, and competitors will take over. So this is why we opened PayU accounts. So on the Allegro auction marketplace and Agito, we offered this PayU service, PayU installments. You have applications. So I'll discuss PayU installments in a moment, and flexible pricing policy for merchants and customers, clients. Security, transaction security for our customers is the key to our success. Maybe I will not read all the points in the slide, but one important comparison is what I'd like to tell you about. We had a training session on security. So he said to us, our training guy, that data of our customers is as important as money for banks. A customer, that's the buyer, must be certain that he or she has this full security when buying online. Do you have any questions? Security. Why is it worth working with us? Well, as I've told you, a wide range of payment methods. What's important for merchant is the security. Any firm which is an online store and would like to work with PayU, they need to sign a contract with us and they become our merchants. Why do they approach us? Because we are a provider of fast and secure payments. It's not easy to implement credit card payments in your shop. And if you have a contract with us, then you integrate with PayU, and you can have online payments or credit card payments in a simple way with us on your website. Free of charge chargeback system. You know what it is? When you have a refund, when there's fraud, PayU will provide free of charge or free chargeback. We need to fulfill certain conditions, but it's free for merchants and no maintenance costs. And each merchant has a manager's panel, and in such a panel you can define stores, or after you have signed a contract you can have several stores. So it doesn't mean that you're signing a contract with us for one portal, for one online store. You can serve several stores, and well, we have a new managerial panel, a new version. So I recommend it, really. And what next? We focus very much on end-user service. This is why in our firm we have departments responsible for customer service, providing technical support, integration for merchants, but also support from payers, for users or buyers. That's a beautiful slide with our selected references, clients. And see, now, we have it. Who of you has a PayU account? I'm not talking about PayU personnel. And what are your impressions? Well, okay. Me, I'm really happy. What are the advantages? The idea of a PayU account was to simplify the purchasing process for the customer. What is that gets most of your nerves when you're buying online? Forms. I will apologize if there are guys from online stores in the audience, or anyone who thinks that customer database is necessary, or the registration on the online stores side is necessary. So PayU had this idea that someone registers their account once, creates an account, and they can define address, delivery address, and invoice data. just once. You do it only once, and with the integrated online stores, you just click in the basket on the cart, and then you go to PayU. You see the payment methods or the credit card you have registered in PayU. You see the list of products. You click Pay, and that's everything. So the burden of data collection is on PayU, but when will the online store receive data from PayU after the transaction has been completed? So there are messages between PayU and the store. So the online store has customer data, and for the customer, the number of steps to be made is much lower. This online store has the data, and it's much more comfortable for buyers. So online stores were really against that because they thought they were losing data. But no, you will have the data from PayU. If the customer decides not to buy, well, it doesn't matter whether the decision is made in your cart, shopping cart, or on our site. It doesn't matter. And with the PayU account, we have a range of payment methods, bank transfers, online transactions. There are some banks where, because of their requirements, we don't have online transactions, and also credit card transactions. We have this PCIS, DCS certificate, so we store data, credit card data in a secure way, so the data is safe. And you give credit card number once, PayU, we will store your credit card number. You don't have to give your credit card number with each and every payment. And you can see the history of purchases. So when you're buying in a given online store, you have information about the transaction. And if you do shopping in a different online store, then you will also see information about such purchase in the history, payment status, a link to the order, and a description you can add. What next? Easy to process personal data. You can add deliver address to me, to my parents, to my brother, sister, whatever I like. When buying, I choose the data when buying, and that's all. And discounts, rebates. Well, if you have our account, you know that we send newsletters about discounts with our partners. So in different promos, we can negotiate discounts. We get those discounts for our partners, PayU users, so that you can do shopping quickly. And recently, our client's system nearly crashed because after the promo campaign, owners of the store were really surprised with the effect of our mailing. There was so much interest. And PayU installments, it really surpassed our expectations. A great service. 36 minutes from the moment when you buy an item in the Allegro auction marketplace, then you file an application for a loan, and within 36 minutes you get a loan without any courier, any document filing, and it's Alia alias Sync, the name of the bank who provides the loan, that is the loan in installments, repayable in installments to the customer. And it's not us who provide the funding. So this is all about security. Well, it's very important because customers prefer comfort, but well, if something happens as novelty, a new slide, because this year we launched the buyer's protection scheme for PayU customers. PayU account, what I told you, has a very simple solution. You click products, you choose products in online stores, so you add to cart. In your cart, there's this magical button, I pay now with PayU, in addition to the standard buying flow. And when you click it, you go to PayU, you're redirected, and in PayU you accept the paying process, you pay, and end of payment. The online store receives information about the buyer, about the delivery method. You'll see that better in the slide. That's a cart, or basket if you like. And if you have implemented PayU plugin or extension, whatever name you'd like to use, and then in addition to the standard login, register, you have also Pay Now. Choose Pay Now and you're redirected. And well, if I don't have an account with PayU, and then I choose the option Pay without logging in. If I have the account, I log in. When I log in, and I don't log in a moment, I'll describe that, then I have the summary, purchase process summary account, summary window. So, well, we chose a smartphone. In the store, you have information about the cart content from the store. Delivery method, from whom? From the store. It is the online store which defines the available delivery methods, so how the goods can be delivered to you. So the list is made based on information from the store. And so the client logged in, but he or she changes the country. So PayU asks the store, give me the delivery cost to country X. If they give the information, then we provide it. If not, then we change the list. Visa card, we don't have it here, so if it was registered, then, well, the screen is different. But these are banks which I added, my banks. If I have an account with mBank or Alior Bank or other bank, I add the icons of those banks to make it easier for me to pay. I choose the bank as a button, and I have to choose if the addresses are right, and I click Pay. Click on Pay. And you have seen the card authorization center provided by PayU in previous slides. Then you have authorization by PayU. I can tell you about that during the break if you're interested. If you choose the bank, and then you go redirected to the bank's website, you authorize the payment, and then you wait for the status. And that is the story. This is what we call my account. And one of the tags is my transactions. You see this smartphone status, new. So I'm waiting for the bank to clear. PayU is also waiting. PayU will inform the store only when the money is in the account, which PayU has with the bank. then the money will be secure if the status is completed and we have money to pay our customer, our client. Payment methods. What I've told you about, I can add payment methods, a card. There's the screen with information about people, several addresses, emails, invoicing, data. Whatever you need. For us, we believe that's enough to process payment properly. Plugins. So, well, the policy of our company has changed since we launched our solutions. So previously we provided technical documentation. Well, you've seen that PayU has been on the market for 7 years. It's a new service, and we so far have been providing technical documentation mainly. But now, because the integration is not very easy, it's not a simple form. You have an exchange of messages, questions about types of costs of delivery, information is exchanged between PayU and the online store. So plugins have been prepared and examples in PHAP. So for those shops which would like to, online stores would like to integrate and are not standard online stores, and we chose Magento as one of the available solutions. And as the plugin, official plugin we support, we're not negating other plugins, but that's the one we chose. We don't claim this to be the best, but we're developing it, and we'll try to respond to your comments. And recently the plugin has been updated, so it doesn't allow transaction processing in the standard flow. So the customer logs in because the customer has an account with the store, then customer data is transferred to PayU. Let me go back. It's provided to PayU. And what I forgot to tell you? Well, you fell asleep. That's why you're not answering. So click without pay without logging in, because the store already has data, the delivery address, invoicing address, correspondence address. This is what the store provided to PayU, and the plugin was changed to fill in the data automatically. So in processing the payment, the customer will not need to fill in the form again, because the main idea when creating a PayU account was to do away with form filling. We didn't want customers to had to fill in forms again. 18 slides further, the story turns a circle. Have you seen it? Yes. With plugin, the idea is to provide a simple system, intuitive, so you can see the description in in-app. So maybe I'll do some slide jumping for you to wake up. A simple system from GitHub. Oh, Magento Connect. So it's simple. It's one click. If you have doubts, I invite you to see the installation and the testing environment. So we also provided a sandbox, like a mirror, where we provide only testing payments. So each web developer can install Magento, register in Sandbox without signing a contract with PayU, and test the installation configuration. And if they want to offer their services to their store, they will know that the process of installing, configuring is what they have tested in our testing environment. And we also have an integration support team. Emil is here, wave to all of us. Now, and there's Łukasz. So Łukasz wanted me to point to Emil, and Łukasz is there. So, well, in order not to exaggerate, how to put it, well, Łukasz is a mentor for many startups. He is the creator of the generator of the ideas, one of those guys who didn't sleep at night and were creating the new service. Łukasz, huge knowledge, and with Emil, and they are supporting shops, online stores, and the service. And Twitter, it's Łukasz is Apple in the far design, and well, in Ukraine, Russia, Latin America, and you'll find that at GitHub. So when we want to share plugins with you, so it's a place for geeks. In fact, well, actually, how to call it, how to put it in words, we would like to build a community around this plugin, a community of those who implement and integrate stores. So it serves a notification system reporting. If you have problems with plugins, you just report it here, you notify us, or you can email us also. But well, maybe when you describe your problem here, it can be used. The solution can be used by someone. So in GitHub, you see the instructions, the notification system, and that's what our plugin at Magento Connect looks like. Well, it doesn't look nice displayed on the OHP, but better on computer screens. Knowledge base, this is how PayU account works. You can actually see the demo on our demo.payu.pl website. And a new service means no awareness from buyers, users. That's the problem we had a year ago. But now we have 250,000 active users in Poland alone. And if those users have used PayU, they keep using the service. If someone doesn't know what PayU is, we have an education portal also for stores, because we also educate stores to raise their awareness on e-commerce. Technical documentation, if someone would like to re-engineer our plugin, you have it available at GitHub, and these are the addresses. Thanks a lot. Let's have some coffee, everyone. But any questions from the audience? I have a question, a more global question. So first of all, some background, and I'm a programmer and creativity, and I'm a certified. I work for a certified firm. We work for stores in the US, Canada, and Australia. We implemented several payments, and we're working on fixes for such merchants as PayPal or AuthorizeNet. I haven't heard about the last one, and the problem is different API version for different countries. That's a service for Poland only now, at least. So, well, you have answered my question now. So, because of thinking about Poland, well, I think we should think global, not local. So many countries were listed. Are there any plans to go to this company. You said you don't know. Well, I said I know, but I haven't heard. And to have a global approach. I'm not working on the European market as for payments, but I don't know much about the situation in Poland and in Europe. So what about the global plans? There are global plans to make API more uniform. I won't give you the date because we don't know the date, but we're trying to make API more consistent. Because that's natural for us that in all companies will try to integrate in the same way. I've seen versions of plugins in different other countries. So these are to process payments in those countries. And they are used for services other than PayU accounts, because in various countries they have their own methods of payment. But I mentioned them because, well, this is the conference we are at. Are you in contact with authors of those other plugins, and can they work together without conflicts? Well, yeah. Well, they are available at GitHub on GitHub at github.com.payU, where you can also find plugins for the other countries. And any other questions? I have two questions. Oh God, what about coffee? So one is card number. Going to have subscription fees, like to have monthly subscription fees. All right. Well, Łukasz. Well, so the guys will have to discuss it internally. And what about the personal data protection? You're gathering the data and you provide it further. But it's not purchasing or processing in the purchasing process. Well, data collection on our side is in accordance with Polish legislation, but the store, well, has contracts, and so how data is collected is gathered by contracts. Is there anyone I could talk to about it? It's important for me, because if you're not really processing the order, you're just gathering the data for other purposes, then you have to report or notify the personal data protection inspectorate about any entity you provide data to. Well, let's talk about it during the coffee break. Well, another question. I'll give the mic to Łukasz. He knows more about subscription fees. Talking about subscription fees, in fact, we're working on it. We'd like to provide it in two levels. So work has been ongoing in terms of development. We should be ready early next year. We try to have a comprehensive approach. Depending on the technical advancement of an API user for recurring payments, we'd like to suggest a solution on the market where the merchant can manage the scheduler himself. And then we have dynamic amount, dynamic time, or the second leg for recurring payments would be a plan, and the scheduler then will be on our side, and the merchant will only provide the user and can define the plan in advance and provide the user and then we charge them and send money to the merchant, or differently. We have the merchant offering a service on the market, such as a mailing account. So you have the gold and yellow, gold and silver, bronze accounts, depending on the amount. The user registers, logs in, or if the user doesn't have an account or doesn't want to have an account, then uses a credit card, and then you manage the schedule. So these are the two models we'd like to introduce. We'll do it gradually. Early next year we'll have the first one with the dynamic amount, and then we're going to introduce plans, a comprehensive recurring solution. So in fact I encourage you to see what the latest information on Twitter will give information whether there is a new API for a new solution, new documentation, new update. So I encourage you to do it this way. You'll have the information, and also in our all press channels, including Twitter. So now only credit card was the answer to your question. And there has been a question about API and the process of making it more consistent, uniform. So PayU has been growing dynamically in some areas independently. We have branches in Brazil, for Latin America, the whole coverage, and also in Asia, in Cape Town, South Africa. The coverage is for the entire South Africa. So the market where we've been much penetrated in Poland for Europe. So for some historical reasons, the platforms have been developing independently. So several different APIs were developed to offer products or solutions on the local market, but we have the PayU group and we're offering the same products in fact. So now we have this large project of strategic importance to consolidate API. They have one API, application program interface. And so first we'll provide only the library, SDK library. Each library will be compatible with one interface, an external interface, but will communicate with local platforms in various continents, and then we are really going to introduce a situation where this API will be offered by each country from scratch. Well, that's it. Well, coffee, yes. Applause. Give a big hand to Łukasz. I hope I've answered your question. Now, if you have any other questions, well, I can answer your questions during the break, or now maybe in this room. Well, the question is without a microphone. Yes, it's difficult to talk about timescales in this respect. But there are problems with implementing such PayU account in other markets where we have all sorts of problems. Legislation, platform compatibility. Well, this is our strategy. Well, you asked about installments. What do you mean? Installments are nice, they are cool. You have installments in Allegro, Magento, maybe at other merchants as the consequence. Well, you'll kill me, but just one more brief question. Well, again, the question is without a mic. What rules are you talking about? So, you mean the end of flow?
U nas klient, u nas klient akceptuje regulamin PayU, tak?
Our customers are to accept PayU rules or terms and conditions. So, well, with the store, also some contracts are maybe assigned, but I don't know them. Maybe I can check this out and give you the information. So I saw you were much interested, so I tried to give this information. Well, they will kill me, you see. I have to finish. The other questions will be during the coffee break.
Zapraszam na przerwę.
So let's have a break.